The dragon is often revered as the most powerful and charismatic sign in the Chinese zodiac, known for its energy, confidence, and grandeur. But like any mythical creature, the dragon's personality is not without its hidden shadows. Beneath the dazzling display of strength and majesty lies a side to the dragon that is surprisingly strange, unexpectedly quirky, and, at times, shockingly negative. If you thought the dragon was all about power and pride, you're in for a wild ride as we explore the lesser-known personality traits of this legendary sign, deeply rooted in Chinese mythology, symbolism, and astrology. The dragon's overwhelming ego. A giant in their own eyes, dragons love to be admired. They crave recognition and often see themselves as larger-than-life figures destined for greatness. While confidence is generally a good thing, in the case of the dragon, this can morph into overwhelming arrogance. Dragons have a tendency to overestimate their abilities and believe that they are always right, even in the face of clear evidence to the contrary. Their ego can become so inflated that they dismiss others' opinions outright, which can make them seem insufferable at times. This desire for constant adoration and validation can alienate those around them, especially when the dragon assumes they deserve special treatment simply because they are the dragon. In Chinese mythology, the dragon is often portrayed as a symbol of imperial power, used by emperors as a representation of their divine right to rule. This deep-rooted connection to authority feeds the dragon's natural inclination to see themselves as superior. However, in modern life, this superiority complex can backfire, making dragons appear self-centered and difficult to work with. Obsessed with control, the tyrannical dragons are natural leaders, but sometimes this can evolve into a need to control every situation and everyone around them. They are perfectionists who believe that their way is the only way, which can lead to them being tyrannical or domineering. Whether it's in the workplace or at home, dragons will often impose their will on others, expecting everyone to fall in line with their vision. This obsessive need for control can cause resentment among friends, family, or colleagues, as the dragon often refuses to delegate or trust others to handle things their way. Historically, the dragon is seen as a ruler of the skies and the seas, a creature of immense power that commands respect and fear. In Chinese astrology, the dragon's association with the element of earth further emphasizes their desire to have dominion over their environment. This drive to control everything stems from a deep belief in their own infallibility, making them a force to be reckoned with, but not always in the most positive way. Impatient and short-tempered, the dragon's fiery fury, one of the most unexpected traits of the dragon, is their impatience. Despite their commanding presence and powerful aura, dragons have little tolerance for delays or obstacles. They are often in a hurry to achieve their goals and can become frustrated when things don't move as quickly as they'd like. This impatience can trigger the dragon's infamous temper, leading to fiery outbursts that shock those around them. While dragons may appear calm and collected on the outside, they are prone to sudden flashes of anger when things don't go according to plan. Their anger is like a storm, intense but short-lived, leaving everyone around them reeling. In Chinese symbolism, the dragon is often associated with the weather, particularly thunderstorms and lightning, both of which represent their explosive temper. Just like a dragon swooping through the skies, their anger can strike suddenly, creating chaos in its wake. The dragon's element of fire in Chinese astrology further amplifies their fiery nature, making them prone to emotional flare-ups when their patience wears thin. The dragon's secret vulnerability, fear of failure despite their outward display of confidence and invincibility. Dragons have a deep-rooted fear of failure. They are perfectionists who set impossibly high standards for themselves, and when they fall short of these expectations, it hits them hard. Dragons hate the idea of being seen as weak or incompetent, so they often go to great lengths to cover up their mistakes or shortcomings. This fear of failure can lead to stress, anxiety, and even burnout, as the dragon pushes themselves to the limit to maintain their image of success. Ironically, their need to be perfect often prevents them from taking risks or trying new things, as they are terrified of falling flat. This hidden vulnerability is closely tied to the dragon's role in Chinese history as a symbol of the emperor, who was expected to be flawless and all-powerful. The pressure to live up to such high expectations can cause the dragon to feel constantly on edge, fearing that one wrong move could tarnish their reputation forever. The dragon's connection to the element of earth, which represents stability and security, further reinforces their need to project an image of strength and competence at all times. Stubborn to the core, the dragon's unyielding nature dragons are known for their fierce determination, but this can easily turn into stubbornness when they refuse to budge on their opinions or beliefs. Once a dragon has made up their mind, it's nearly impossible to change it. This rigidity can make them seem inflexible and unwilling to compromise, even when it would benefit them to do so. Dragons are notorious for digging in their heels, especially when they feel challenged or disrespected. They see compromise as a sign of weakness and would rather stick to their guns than admit they might be wrong. This stubbornness can create conflicts in both their personal and professional lives, as the dragon's refusal to yield often frustrates those around them. In Chinese astrology, the dragon's stubborn nature is tied to their association with the yang energy, which is active, assertive, and unyielding. This makes them powerful forces of will, but it also means they can be difficult to reason with when they've set their sights on something. Advice for the dragon. For dragons, learning to manage their ego and control tendencies is crucial. While their confidence and leadership skills are admirable, they need to be mindful of how their arrogance and need for control affect those around them. Dragons should work on embracing humility and recognizing that they don't always have to be the center of attention or in charge of every situation. Letting go of their need for constant validation will help them from stronger, more balanced relationships. Dragons must also learn to channel their impatience and fiery temper in a healthier way. Patience is a virtue, and learning to navigate delays and setbacks with grace will make the dragon more effective in achieving their goals. It's important for dragons to understand that not everything can happen on their timeline, and learning to go with the flow will reduce their stress and frustration. Finally, dragons should confront their fear of failure head-on. No one is perfect, and it's okay to make mistakes. By embracing their vulnerabilities and accepting that failure is part of growth, dragons can release the pressure they place on themselves and take more risks, ultimately leading to greater success and fulfillment. In conclusion, while the dragon is undeniably a powerful and magnetic figure, they are far more complex than their outward persona suggests. From their overwhelming ego to their hidden fear of failure, the dragon's personality is filled with strange, fun, and unexpected traits that make them both fascinating and challenging. By working through their more difficult tendencies and embracing balance, dragons can harness their incredible potential and truly soar.